lots of questions around at what stage, if at all, is the court obligated, or maybe obligated is not the right word, but I mean, after such a long time, unreasonable delays, will this arms deal trial be a fair trial? Now, I must just say, as a side note, I mean, to use our cliche, this Pietermaritzburg High Court is a hive of activity. As you know, there's going to be this arms deal trial as well as the Luthuli inquest, and it's going to be quite interesting to see a former President Jacob Zuma possibly bumping into a Jeff Radebe in the corridors of this court. But back to, what we've been discussing. Let's bring in the NPA spokesperson, because as I've just said, it's been 20 odd years in the making, and their first witness still hasn't taken the stand. Unreasonable delays on the side of the state is what Thales and the former presidents are saying in their application.
They are yet to demonstrate in a competent court of law when and where, at what stage did we ever unreasonably delay the proceedings. It is on record that the accused number one, including Thales, had made interlocutory applications that caused unreasonable delay in respect of the proceedings of this matter. Remember that they've already pleaded in 2021 not guilty. What we were hoping for now is for the first witness to take the witness stand. You'll recall that the leave to appeal that we are awaiting judgment in respect of today, it's in respect of a matter that has been pronounced by the court here. It was pronounced by the Supreme Court of Appeal. They even applied for reconsideration of the decision of the SCA through the then President of the Supreme Court of Appeal. It was dismissed. They then approached the apex court in the land, that is the Constitutional Court. Even there it was dismissed. So it's a rehashing of the same ground, same argument to remove Advocate Billy Downer from the case, which has been ruled to be meritless by all the courts in the land. So we don't see how today they can expect Judge Chile to rule in their favor. It is a meritless application that is baseless, which stands to be dismissed.
I mean, that's the first thing, of course, that we expect to take place once proceedings get underway, where Judge Chile will make a ruling on that leave to appeal application. But the second thing now is going to be those oral arguments around the application made by Thales. And they're saying 2 key witnesses have died, and at least one of those is the person who did the forensic reports upon which the allegations are made. And so if they can't come and testify, how are they going to receive a fair trial?
Remember that if they're talking about the issue of fair trial, and they are attributing same to the state, you'll recall that Thales cannot be absolved of delays in the proceedings, given the fact that even in 2018, they had applied for a permanent stay of prosecution, which is a bit different to stopping of prosecution in terms of Section 6B of the Criminal Procedure Act, because it's after they have pleaded, and if they are granted, it will be, or they'll be entitled to an acquittal. Now, we will be arguing to say they are partly to blame and contributed to the delay, and we don't think that there will be prejudice if the trial proceeds. And remember that there are other witnesses who played a crucial role throughout the criminal activities that were alleged. And therefore, there's no way that the court could then rule in their favor and say, at the end of the day, the trial will be unfair, given what I have just outlined to you.
All right, Mthunzi Mhaga speaks on behalf of the National Prosecuting Authority there, Iman. So plenty of arguments to be heard, but as Mthunzi alluded, the first order of business today is to have that judgment handed down by Judge Nkosinathi Cili on whether or not he's going to grant the former president leave to appeal his second attempt to have Billy Downer removed from this case, and then the oral arguments about whether or not Thales will be able to have a permanent halting of this prosecution. And as he's mentioned, they've already pleaded, and so if they are granted this application, one, they would be entitled to an immediate acquittal, but also, as former President Jacob Zuma has argued, he too should be included in whatever remedial action or whatever intervention the court makes.